Hello, Simon Gorsworth from Rio Products here. Today talking to you about a fantastic range of Scandinavian shooting heads that we've just come out with. They are called the InTouch Scandi 3D. InTouch because it's built on our low stretch core, Scandi because it's a Scandinavian style head. 3D, the D's for density, so it's a triple density head. In other words, one head changes density and it has 3 different densities along its length. That is awesome. In terms of fishing and in terms of casting, the smoother you can get your transitions between your densities, the smoother the flow of energy in your casting, and the straighter it'll fish in the water. So 3 densities, beautiful fishing, great casting lines. It is a shooting head. So what that means is you do have to attach it to a shooting line. So you can make sure you've got a reel set up with a good shooting line first. On the front end, you can put on sinking Versa leaders like this if you want to. And if you need a little extra depth, they don't need it. So I wouldn't say you have to, but you can put them on. You can also put on your regular nylon leaders, and I tend to fish that more than anything else. 9-foot ones or even shorter 6-foot ones. They're good on the front ends. The tapers are powerful. You can put on some pretty heavy flies on the front end if you want to, because they've got fairly short, powerful Scandinavian type tapers. You can also fish some small flies. So it covers a good range of flies and gear. And that's the design of the head. Now, what they are, as I said, they're 3 density heads, and there's different options. And probably the easiest way to explain them is to kind of show you. This is the first one. This is called the FHI. And what that means is the back section here floats. Then the middle section, H, is hover, so it sinks about 1 inch a second. And then the front end is an I, it's an intermediate, so it sinks about 2 inches a second. So that's what this triple density is. It's a floating to a hover to an intermediate. So it sinks when you cast your line out and you're swinging, whether it's steelhead, salmon, sea run browns, anything like that. It sinks and it'll fish 2 to 3, 2 to 4 feet in terms of depth with an average current flow. If you want to get a little deeper than that, then you go what's called the HIS3. And that means it's got a hover back section, it's got an intermediate middle section, and a sink 3 front end. So it sinks a little bit faster, a little bit deeper in the swing. This is good for swinging your flies 4 to 5 feet, 3 to 5 feet, depending on current speed. And then if you really need to dredge, the fast sinking one, the IS3 S5. So it's an intermediate with a sinking 3 inches a second in the middle section and a 5 inch per second front end. So this one's a real dredger. This is great for back end, cold water, high water, just for getting down. It's ideal for those conditions. And then again, in a similar sort of current, this is going to swing at 4 to 6 feet, 4 to 7 feet, something like that. So quite a bit deeper. So those are the selections. They're not really new lines in terms of what we've had. We've been making these for a couple of years for our Scandinavian market and our UK market, but it's time we brought these out to the world because they are such good fish catching, good casting lines. To give you an idea of what the size is, the first 2 I talked about, they start at a 5.6, which weighs 390 grains, and they go right up to a heavy 11 weight, which is 700 grains. And then the fastest sinking one, that starts at a 6.7, so about 440 grains, right up to the 700 grains. So that's it. That is the new InTouch Scandi 3Ds from Rio, and they are available right now.
Rio, make the connection.